Hello everyone, I'm Lean from Studio Kato, and today we are celebrating the new Christmas in July release from Alex Syberia Designs with a good old video hop. I love video hops because there's always a ton of inspiration from a lot of amazing creators. I can't believe the guests we have today. They are all so fabulous. And there are prizes to win, as per usual with an Alex Syberia Designs hop, so stay tuned for those. There is also plenty of information in the description, so you can check that out as well. But let's get into the crafting. Today I am showcasing the Angels Bells product suite. There is a stem set, a coordinating die set that does cut out all of these sentiments. There is a hot foil plate and a coordinating layering stencil set. I'll be using all of these products in today's video, but we're going to start out with the hot foil plate. I'm going to foil this onto Spellbinders champagne foil. I think it's a very, very beautiful gold. In light, sometimes it looks silvery, sometimes it looks gold. It's super pale, but it's so classy and elegant. I love it, and I think I'm going to use it a ton for my Christmas cards. This is going to be a Christmas card, even though I think these flowers can definitely be used all year round. The stem set does include a ton of Christmas sentiments. Now this is that gorgeous hot foiled image. I love the foil, like I said, but that image is so detailed and dainty, and it's going to be so fun to color it in with these layering stencils. So fun and easy, these layering stencils. Now in the package, you're going to get 4 stencils. However, there are more than 4 layers, if that makes sense. As you can see, there are 2 layers on this first stencil, and both of them are for the leaves, and it doesn't end there for the leaves. I am going to do my ink blending. I have sped this up quite a bit, but there are 3 more layers just for that leaf section in the next stencil. I do use plenty of colors of ink for just 1 layer. I like to add a ton of dimension to my images, and to do that, I add a little bit more contrast by just using darker inks on some parts of each layer stencil and lighter inks on some others. And that just helps me out a ton to bring this image to life. I went for a very cool color palette, and normally I like things to be a little bit warmer, but you'll see in the end product that I did cave in the end and added some warmer tones as well. For these flowers, however, I stuck to blue leaves and some very interesting pinks. I really love these. These are Concord and 9th inks. I will leave the colors linked below as well. And yeah, they're so gorgeous. That briar rose, I don't know how to describe it. It's just an interesting pink. It's very cool toned, but it leans towards purple sometimes, and it very much depends on which colors you pair it with, how it shows up on the page. But it's just really fun to use, and I can't wait to use this color combination on a ton more Christmas cards. Now, as you can see, there are 3 groups of flowers. The last group is just 1 flower, but that makes it really easy if you wanted to give some of these flowers a completely different color. You can absolutely do that. I kept mine a little bit simpler. But the way the stencils are set up, you can absolutely add more color to these flowers. Now, to get a little bit of a different look for this hot foiled image, I am just cutting it apart. Don't be afraid to cut apart your stamped or die cut or hot foiled images. It's going to just give you a different look. It's going to give you more room to play with, because instead of 1 floral image, I am going to end up with 3 to play a little bit more with my arrangement. Now, I do say don't be afraid to cut apart your images, but it does take me a little bit of fussying around before I'm ready to commit to cutting them in certain places. So I do check periodically on my card panel. This is just a die cut panel. I will get back to that in a second, just to see how I want these flowers to be split up and which flowers I want to play with and where I want to place them a little bit, just so I know where to cut and I don't have to start all over again. So to the background, I am using the Sparkly Flakes cover die. I cut that out of some really pale pink cardstock, but you can see this is definitely a warmer peachy tone than the other pink I used. So this is going to warm up our color scheme for today because I couldn't just stick with the cool tones. And I am going to add some ink blending to this, again going for some peachy tones from Conquer the Ninth, and I'm just going to darken it up at the top where my flowers are going to be. Now I don't want my flowers to cover up all of my ink blending, so again I am checking periodically to see if I have ink blended far enough down. But this is going to make it look like the flowers are casting more of a shadow on this card than they really are. So just darkening that up a little bit where the flowers are going to rest is going to give you a more dimensional look without adding bulk to your card. I am going to add bulk to my card because I like bulky cards, but this is a great way if you don't like to use foam tape or you don't like a ton of dimension to just add a look of dimension. I am going to also add a little bit of splatter just by watering down my inks and splattering it on with a paintbrush for a little bit more interest on this very simple background. That cover die cuts in really fine details and I love it. It's such a beautiful detail, but it's not super noticeable. So to add a little bit more interest, I added the splatter. Now I'm ready to finally add those flowers to my card. I have already glued down that die cut panel to a white note card, and then I am gluing one flower down directly to the card. And for these, I'm adding one layer of foam tape, and for the second group of flowers, I am going to add two layers of foam tape. So I'm doubling up my foam tape for the second group of flowers in a second. And that is going to give me more of a variation in dimension. So it's going to look like some of the flowers are more in the foreground than others. And yeah, it's just another way to spice up this image a little bit. Now, before I forget, let's get into some video hop details and let's get right into the fun part for the giveaway. So all you have to do for a chance to win this giveaway is leave comments on each stop of the hop. The more comments you leave, the more chances you have at winning one of the prizes. Today's prizes are three £20 gift cards, three 20-pound gift cards to the Alex Syberia Designs shop. So there will be 3 lucky winners on today's hop. To check the dates for when you can enter and when the winners will be announced, you can check the description below. You will find all the information for this hop, as well as the next stop on the hop, which is important because if you leave a comment there, that's another chance to win one of the gift cards. You can check all of that out in the description below, and there you will also find all of the products I used in today's video. Now I'm back with that peach cardstock, that very, very light peach, and I am stamping one of the sentiments on there with Versamark embossing ink, and then I can add some Wow metallic gold embossing powder to that. I'm going to heat set that, and then I am going to use the wonderful Alex Syberia Designs coordinating dies that have a die for each sentiment. I love that. It's such a good touch to a coordinating die set that there is a die available for every sentiment in the stem set. I'm going to back that with a layer of white cardstock just to make it a little bit more sturdy because my peach cardstock was pretty thin. And then I am also going to add some foam tape for extra dimension. Now, I do want this to be centered, and I am not very confident in my ability to line things up from the very first try. So I'm adding liquid glue on top of the foam tape to make sure I can still move it around a little bit if necessary. It was necessary, by the way. I'm going to finish this off with some pink gems. These are from Pinkfish Studio, and once that's done, that's it. This card is all finished, and I am one more card closer to my Christmas card goal. I hope you liked the card, and I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, because for each comment, you get a chance to win one of the 3 20-pound gift cards that Alex Syberia Designs is giving away today. Don't forget to check out all of the other people in this hop. We have some amazing guests with so much great inspiration for this new Christmas release from Alex Syberia Designs. So check that out. Everything is linked in the description below so you can easily find the next stop on the hop. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.